Hello everyone, myself Mrs. Rama Ranjankar, lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Department from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology, Bhayindar. Today I am going to explain Chapter 4, Interfacing of Input and Output Devices, Part 1. Learning outcomes of this topic. We discuss interfacing of various input and output devices, also discuss the interfacing of LCD and keyboard interface. So this diagram shows the LED interfacing, which is the output device. Now in this diagram, LED is connected to P0.0. Crystal oscillator circuit is connected to pin number 18 and 19. Positive voltage supply plus 5 volt is connected to pin number 40 and the pin number 20 is grounded. Now the output device LED it is connected to P0.0. So in main program we write the status of LED to S bit LED equals to P0.0. Now we shows the LED continuously on and off with some delay. So to define a delay we use the instructions void delay integers. So there are two types of method to display a delay. One is using T-mode register and another one in using simple delay, that is using for loop. So for loop delay is defined as void delay int. Then you write main program. So in main program initially mention the status of LED. So put the LED equals to 0 and then you start to write your program. So initially LED gets on, it remains on for some delay. So we put the value of delay equals to 200. After 200 millisecond LED gets 0, again gets on. So these steps is going on continuously. After writing the main program, we write the delay function by using the for loop. So in this way LED gets on and off, or LED is interfaced with 89C51. Another is interfacing of LED along with switch with 89C51. In this diagram we use input as well as output device. So input device is switch and output device is LED. Now the switch is connected to P1.1 and the LED is connected to P2.1. So according to that we write the status of or we define the pin status of LED and switch in main program. So in main program we write the S bit LED equals to P2.1. So it indicates the LED is connected to P2.1 and the switch is connected to P1.1. So again in main program we write the status of switch and LED first. So initial status we have to write and if the switch is pressed LED gets on, otherwise LED goes off. Okay, so while one switch is 0, LED equals to 0. Keep the status of LED on or off with some delay. So again we put the value of delay is equal to 200 millisecond and after this again LED gets off. Okay, so this process will be continue and after the main program we define delay function also. Let's see the interfacing of delay with 8051. Now in this instead of using LED, relay is a output device and again the relay is connected to P2.0. So according to that we enter the status of relay in main program. So here I define S bit relay pin equals to P2.0 0. Also define a delay circuit, and then you write a main program. So this relay pin is either gets on and off with some delay. So यहाँ पे जो delay define किया है वो 1000 millisecond है. So again, after writing the main program, we define a delay circuit. So in this way, LED is interfaced with 89C51 microcontroller. Let's see 7-segment display interfacing. So there are two types of 7-segment display. One is a common anode display and a common cathode display. So as shown in diagram, common cathode display, cathodes of all the LEDs connected togetherly to ground, and the anode is defined as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, while in case of common anode display, anode of all LEDs are connected to positive voltage, and while the cathode one is connected or defined as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now in this diagram we see the interfacing of 7-segment display to 89C51. So a 7-segment display is connected to port 2. Okay. Now we are going to display the numbers from 0 to 9 on 7-segment display with some delay in between. So initialize your main program. Also initialize the 7-segment display. Start to write the main program. Now in main program we take one integer value. So I put the integer is I because we are going to display the 0 to 9 number. So ये जो 0 to 9 number है वो हमें एक integer को assign करना है. So that I take the integer I write the if condition. If I is less than equals to 9, अगर I का value 9 से कम है, okay, then 7-segment display displays that value to port 2. okay, port 2 को 7-segment display connected है, वो 7-segment display पे आपका value जो है वो display होगा. okay, it remains as it is for some delay. So the for loop is used to enter the delay. Then you increase the value of I, and this process continues till I equals to 9. Otherwise, take the value of I equals to 0 and display to 7-segment display. So we also write the same program for displaying the numbers from 9 to 0. So अगर आपको 9 to 0 number display करना है, in that case we change the condition of if loop, as well as instead of increasing the number, that is I plus plus, we take it as I minus minus and display the numbers from 9 to 0 on 7-segment display. Let's see the interfacing of LCD with 8051. LCD means liquid crystal display. This is used to display the various things. For example, numbers, string, letters we are going to display using LCD. LCD has 8 data pins started from D0 to D7. So in interfacing diagram, this D0 to D7 are connected to P1.0 to P1.7. Now LCD has 3 important pins, that is register, select, read, write and enable. So register select means LCD has 2 register, command register and data register. So RS pin status equals to 0. At that time command register is selected. So different commands are selected. For example, moving the cursor up and down, blank the screen. So such types of commands are selected if rs equals to 0. When rs equals to 1, data register is selected. So in that case, data is going to be displayed on the screen. Now the second pin is a read write pin. So when the read write pin equals to 0, used for reading, and if it is 0, if the read write pin equals to 1 for reading, and if it is 0 for writing. E for enable the LCD to latch the information. Plus 5 volt power supply is required for LCD, and finally ground. Pin is VSS. In left hand side, we display the pin functions of LCD. So in this diagram, LCD pin description is there as well as LCD command codes. So ये जो codes है ये program में codes use करने हैं. So for example, if you use the hex code as 5, then the command is selected as shift display right. If you want to shift the display left, then the 7 hex code is used. So there are some few codes which are used for commands for LCD. Let's see program of LCD interfacing. So in this program, before going for LCD interfacing, we need to initialize the pin status of LCD. So here the 3 pins are very important: register, select, read write, and enable. Before writing this interfacing program, initialize this 3 pin. Then you initialize different functions which we are using in main program. So the LCD command function is there, display function is there, write function is there, and the string is going to be displayed, that is also defined here. Now this is a program for LCD writing or reading the data, and as well as जो string हमें display करना है वो भी लिखा है, and then initialize the main. So this is a main program is used to display the string welcome using LCD. Let's see the keyboard interfacing. So keyboard interfacing, so generally keyboards, it has rows and column. So here the rows are connected to port 1 and the column are connected to port 2. Now in between the rows and column, key is connected, and therefore it is called as a keyboard matrix. Right hand side diagram shows the keyboard interface with it. So let's see the program. So in program, this part shows the initialization of keyboard as well as LCD. Here we define the status of columns and rows, and finally we are going to display the value on LCD. Thank you.